And people can pin you, right?
What does that mean? Pin me.
Pin you. This is what I was told is, okay, if I click on your picture, there's dots in the corner, and it says pin video, and I pin you, and now you're my main. And if anybody makes a noise or anything, it's not going to lose you.
Okay, I thought somehow we were going to do some virtual wrestling or something. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen then. And I am going to attempt to, let's see. Uh-oh, move. I hate it when that thing goes over the top of, okay. There you go. Okay, so thank you so much for having me, everybody. And Casey and I are kind of sharing time together. Can you guys just see my screen? Can you guys see just the
it says social capital action plan?
Yeah. Okay, great. So Casey is going to be featured as one of the employment consultants in my PowerPoint or my webinar tomorrow in for the WISE webinar series. And so I'm training her this time, but I've been really thinking about you guys a lot. And I don't know that this is fair, Casey, since I don't know how many people are on here, but tomorrow is going to be like 450 people. Not to make you nervous or anything. So I did this WISE webinar on social capital action plan because what I realized what was happening is that people are really struggling to figure out how to get direct service hours because that's how you stay alive and in business right now. And so I was thinking about how you guys could do that. So I put together this webinar. I know that there were about 4 people from the King team that were actually on this webinar. And so this might be old news to you. I'm going to try to do a 2-hour webinar in 40 minutes or 50 minutes or something like that. I'm going to put you folks into action. Some of the things that you're going to be doing, I'm talking with your program managers to make sure that they follow up with you on these action items that we're going to do today. Because when I hear somebody say, tell me about if anybody's been job developing and there's crickets, that makes me nervous. So I'm going to show you some ways that you can get to work giving direct service hours for your folks. So let's see. Okay, everybody hear me okay? Yeah? Okay, great. All right, so this was basically a social capital action plan, which is utilizing your social capital to gain industry knowledge. And I've always felt that people are in action during innovative times, create a lot of solutions for other people and then opportunities for themselves. So when you normally think of capital, you think of money, right? And so today, there's a lot of theories on it, but today I'm just going to talk about the way that you can utilize it to assist your job seekers in their employment goals. So you might have heard it before. You might have seen it on a TED Talk. Casey told me the other day that she was looking it up. And I'm not going to get all Tony Robbins on you or anything here, but I'm just going to briefly explain it, and then we're going to get to work on a few things. You guys have heard me say this before. I always think that employment consultants' job is to get to know different industries. And then from there, the jobs will come, right? So it's sort of a backdoor approach, but the approach can be very successful in getting folks jobs in a diverse type of industries. For example, you guys are really good at this. Actually, a lot of agencies I work with aren't as good at it. I know that you guys have certain goals that you put together where you're trying to get folks jobs out of the, the 3 F's, flowers, filth, and food. And so you're trying to break into different industries. And so I feel like you probably could utilize this, what we're going to talk about now, in order to help make your goal for that, okay? Okay, I want to talk about what folks are doing right now. This is part of my presentation for tomorrow in my webinar that I'm doing, I think it's really powerful to share with you, and I just want any feedback on it too, because I want to talk about when I've talked to folks about what people are doing now, and I think it's a very important thing. So first of all, I'm going to ask you questions. So coworker connection, are you finding ways to assist right now your supported employees to reach out to their coworkers? So I know that you guys are probably maybe checking in with folks, which is really super good. I heard a sad story the other day where actually the employment consultant was actually checking in on somebody, and they had to actually call somebody because they weren't responding, and it didn't end up being a good situation. So checking in with them, I'm sure you're doing that. But in terms of work, are you helping them connect with their coworkers? Because via email, phone, in person, they're with those folks every single day. And I think it's really important to be able to do that because they might be isolated. Another thing that actually Casey and I talked about the other day is manager connection. Are you assisting your client into reaching out to their managers? Via phone, email, internet, whatever way to do that. You know, how are you staying connected to the managers right now? I think it's really important because we don't know what this is going to look like when it comes back. I mean, managers that are laid off at a particular place, for example, they might not be the managers at the same place again, right? So if you're staying connected with them, they're going to go be a manager somewhere else. And when this all comes back, as an employment consultant, that's the first place that you want to go to, because they're starting to hire folks and you don't want to lose the connections that you already currently have. Also, what would you do if you got laid off? Would you be, if Nikki was your boss, would you be emailing with her saying, I really enjoy my work at Trillium. I'm really excited to come back. I'm learning some new skills in this time so that I can be more efficient in my job, or I'm doing X, Y, Z. So those are things that people should be doing right now with their managers. It's like, what would you be doing if you were laid off right now? And then another thing I thought about was career advancement. So are you reaching out, encouraging your supported employees to learn any new skills while they're laid off? For example, maybe you could connect with them with their, the house manager or the people that support them in their homes to learn some new skills so that when they get back on the job, maybe they could advance in their career. Maybe they could do additional tasks. So be thinking about that too. And then also the question is business to business connections. Are you reaching out to all your employers on what Trillium is doing? What different things you're doing, if you got like a new newsletter that you're putting out or whatever, but just keeping them informed that you guys are moving forward. And looking for opportunity to help advertise the essential businesses that are still working or the people you're supporting in. So for example, your Facebook page. I haven't looked at it in a while, but are you submitting pictures and shout outs to businesses right now on your Facebook page to advertise for them, to say, Jim's still working at Pizza Hut, order your next pizza from Pizza Hut, and then put a link on their website. So reaching out to them to let them know that they're being highlighted and take the time to get them recognized. So
we sure want to. So send me your pictures and I'll post them to Facebook.
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of employment consultants will say, well, I never really get featured on there. And I'm saying, well, trust me, the person who is running a Facebook page is dying for content. The only reason why your businesses aren't getting highlighted on there is because you're not sending the stuff in. So take the time to do that, because those are hours right there. You're working for the business that you're supporting somebody. Okay. So that was just my, I'm going to try to move through this a little bit faster.
Hey, Val, it looks,
yeah,
it looks like we could run out of time because the Zoom thing is saying we're running out of time. So if that happens, Jen's kind of looking at that right now. If that happens, what we'll do is we'll just send out a new invite right away for everyone to get on. So Jen's kind of, she's trying to get hold of you, Nikki, to make sure we're on the right Zoom, because we did the King one. So I don't know. If that happens, Jen will send out a new invite. Okay?
Okay, that's great. All right, are you just on my PowerPoint right now still? Hello?
We're on your face right now. You look good.
Oh, okay,
Watch this.
shoot. Did I lose my screen?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay, hold on. Sorry. And also, if anybody has any questions, if somebody wants to field those as well in the chat box, I'll take some time for that to be able to happen. Okay, so let's try again.
Okay. Nothing in the chat box right yet.
Okay. All right, so how's that? Is that better? Okay, somebody needs to answer me. Can you see just my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, oh shit. I'm so sorry. Because what happens is, let's see. How's that? Okay, is that good?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can see it.
Okay, you can just see the PowerPoint now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, so social capital. The real definition of this is the networks of relationships among people who live and work in society, enabling that society to function effectively. Most people measure social capital with trust. So people that you trust with, that would be willing to help you during times when you need them, and then also you would be willing to help them as well. So if, for example, it's about a practice of developing or maintaining relationships. You guys build relationships within your organization all the time. It's basically a positive product that comes out of building relationships with people. And so I want you to guys to look at this picture right here. I'm a little sad because I'm supposed to be leaving for the British Virgin Islands on a sailing trip in like 3 days. And so I wanted to put this up there because I want you to understand that you have so many people in your social capital that are in so many different industries that you can learn so much from. And you might not get somebody a job at that particular place, but at least when you get to go out and approach other businesses, you're prepared with knowing a little bit about the business so that you can build trust and credibility with them. So on this page, on the picture here, on the left is me, and then next to that person is my friend Shannon. And she is the administrative assistant of the nursing program at the Whatcom Community College. And then I have a girl next to her, her name is Jen. And Jen is the frozen food manager at Safeway. You could probably imagine what's going on with her right now. Then the lady next to her, her name is Julie, and she's a nurse at Swedish Hospital. She's been there for many, many, many years. She knows all the HR. She knows a lot of the admin. She knows all of the different, she's been in ICU. She's been in recovery, emergency. So she knows a lot of the different departments. And then I'm not gonna go through everybody, but the girl at the end with the peace sign, she's a manager at a dental office. So as you can see, if you might look around your living room and you see a picture of a group of guys that you went, on a, like some sort of a trip or a girls' weekend where you went somewhere, you can look at that and see all those people and go, oh my gosh, this person does this person does this person does this. Utilize those people right now to help you learn those industries. Plus, why more than ever? Because we need our employment consultants to continue doing work for their job seekers. And then it gives you an opportunity to fine tune your skills, because we're talking about informational interviews here. And then you can get yourself in ready position. And it's really effective now because a lot of people aren't working. And so they're probably looking for some connection. So it'd be a good time for you to practice your Zoom one-on-ones, like what Casey was saying, doing an informational interview. It'll be easier because you'll know the people already and it'll help you practice. just be mindful that people are laid off right now, and so just be sensitive to that. Okay, you guys have all seen this circle of influence. And so you have you in the middle and all of these folks around you. You can't leave anybody out, okay? I'm just trying to move forward on this. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do an exercise, and I want you to work your professional and personal network. We're not gonna take 10 minutes to do this. We're gonna take probably like maybe 5 minutes to do this. And I got a really cool tool that was shared with me by my friend Paula Johnson, and she gave me permission to use it, but the actual credit goes to Sarah Murphy of Transcend, and she's out of San Francisco. And it lists industries by alphabetical order. So you can take a look at this. There's 2 separate pages. I'll spend like 3 or 4 minutes on one page and then 3 or 4 minutes on the other page. And so let's just say the first one says agriculture. So you think about your